The chapters in your life are written by what you hear and experience. Chapter.com gives you access to amazing audiobooks anytime you want on any connected device, always for free. What's your next chapter? Find it at Chapter.com and make sure to like us on Facebook.
You are listening to a post-production audiobook presentation of Pinocchio. Pinocchio. There was, once upon a time, a piece of wood in the shop of an old carpenter named Master Antonio. He took an axe to remove the bark, but heard a small voice say imploringly, "Do not strike so hard." He turned terrified eyes around the room, but saw nobody. He laughed, scratching his wig. Evidently that was my imagination. Then he began to polish the wood. He heard the same voice laughing, "Stop! You are tickling me!" Antonio fell down as if struck by lightning. At that moment, someone knocked. "Come in," said the carpenter without the strength to rise. A lively little old man, Geppetto, walked into the shop. "Master Antonio," said Geppetto, "what are you doing on the floor?" "Teaching the alphabet to the ants." "Oh. I thought I would make a beautiful wooden puppet. Master Antonio, will you give me wood to make my puppet?" Master Antonio was delighted, immediately fetching the wood that had caused so much fear. Geppetto, carrying the fine wood, returned to his house, a small room with only a rickety chair, bed, and broken-down table. He set to work on his puppet. "I will call him Pinocchio." He made hair, forehead, then eyes. The eyes finished, they moved to look at him. "Wicked eyes, why do you look at me?" No one answered. He carved the nose. No sooner had he made it than it began to grow and grow. Geppetto tired himself out cutting it off, but the more he shortened it, the longer that impertinent nose became. The mouth, not even completed, began to laugh. "Stop laughing!" Geppetto roared threateningly. The mouth ceased laughing, but put out its tongue as far as it would go. Geppetto pretended not to see, continuing his labors. When Geppetto finished the feat, he received a kick on his nose. "You rascal! You are not yet completed and already showing disrespect to your father." He placed the puppet on the floor to teach him to walk. When his legs became limber, Pinocchio began to walk, then run about the room until he jumped into the street and escaped. Geppetto rushed after him, but Pinocchio leaped in front like a hare. "Stop him!" shouted Geppetto. At last, a soldier, hearing the uproar, planted himself in the middle of the road. When Pinocchio saw the soldier barricading the street, he endeavored to pass between his legs. He failed. The soldier caught him by the nose and gave him to Geppetto. He took him by the collar, shaking his head threateningly. "When we arrive home, we will settle accounts." Pinocchio threw himself on the ground and would not take another step. A crowd began to assemble. They said, "If that poor puppet is left with Geppetto, he will tear him in pieces." It ended that the soldier set Pinocchio at liberty and led Geppetto to prison.
Listening to great authors can influence how you experience the world around you. Chapter puts amazing audiobooks from the greatest authors at your fingertips, anytime and always for free. What's your next chapter? Find it on Chapter. And please give us your feedback and opinions as we grow our services.